And now look at John Lund moving up on that third place. Junior Wayman hoping perhaps to grab that third place, but it's really going to be a hot one in the closing stages. It's Peter Faulding all, and John Lund puts that bumper in on 5.15. Junior Wayman passes him by on the inside, moves up into third place. He could still further improve his position perhaps before the checkered flag goes down. Jane Bean is the next one in line. Will he get close enough with 2 laps to go? It's still Peter Faulding in car number 33 from Jane Bean in car number 309. Moved up into third place now is 53 John Lund, and they're all moving around here in the closing stages very quickly indeed, but certainly barring anything untoward, it's hardly likely that anyone's going to catch Peter Faulding in car number 33, but there still could be changes for second and third positions as Peter Faulding goes through on his last lap in car number 33, with Jane Bean now being pressured by John Lund in car number 53. And as they go down the home straight away, it could be a little bumper job there as Jane Bean is trying to niggle wide, but she's holding off John Lund. Meanwhile, it's 33 Peter Faulding coming round the turn for the last time. He's crossing the line in first place in car number 33. The bumpers go in again. Jane Bean is attempting to push John Lund wide. She goes all together as they come through the line. It's going to be John Lund in car number 53 from 5.15 Junior Wayman. We keep them moving.
Thanks to Noel and Kitty for making and doing the honours down here, and hopefully Kitty will be doing the same for the yeah? Thank you so much.
You get her in there? Good sir, nice smile. Actually, don't take it to who's good at.
Congratulations, Peter.
Thank you.
Nice draw for you, though.
Yeah.
Out of a hat on the front row.
Yeah, I thought something's got to go wrong front, hasn't it? Don't usually, if I get front row, usually something goes wrong.
But you got a good start as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
With a bit of a gap on that first home straight, and never really troubled, were you?
No, the thing is, odd thing, when you're in front, it's setting a pace, isn't it? Keeping comfortable and your tyres not to go off, and you just keep going.
I think the man here that was second he came through the field quite quickly, didn't he, John?
Yeah, well, I never saw, but I would imagine he did.
Yeah.
It was always quick when he has to, isn't he?
Now, your first major title since the world, isn't it?
Since long track.
Oh, long track, yeah. It's nice to get one under your belt.
Yeah.
What about the world now?
Got to qualify first, haven't I?
Yeah, well, any preference on semis?
No, not bothered.
As it comes. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Thanks. Second place, John Lund, and third place, Frankie Wayman. Well done, John. You came through quite quickly there in the latter stages, but not a very kind draw for you, was it?
No, not really. I think if we'd had 1,000 laps, I'd never have caught him.
Well, I think when they made the draw, I saw that, and I saw, well, Peter outside front. I thought, unless there's 1 or 2 people on right behind him, it's nearly all but one.
That's it. It's fight for second.
What about you in a borrowed car, Frankie?
Yeah, we're trying a small block out today, see what it was like. Very happy with it. Felt good.
First time in the car, so you can't complain about third.
Yeah,
you came from a long way back as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I started about halfway down grid, and I thought it went really well.
What's this, a small block? This is for the car that Mick Wright's possibly bringing over.
Could well be, yeah. We were just trying the small block, see if I liked it, and I think it's alright, yeah.
Well, you've lost this one, John, but you're still way in front in the national points, so I think you're guaranteed a pole. Guaranteed front row positions in the semis. Any preference?
No, not really. Nah, not really, no. I just prefer a load of luck. Yeah.
Come through now. And they are. Number 392, Peter Knight. The next Andy Webb car. 152, Andy Maynard. 441, John Lawn. 501, Chris Elwell. 229, Paul Higgins. The Stars, 309. Jane Bean. 203, Dan Clark. 260, Dave Beresford. 217, Ron Gronder. 31, Sabina Rode. 53, John Lund. And starting at the back, white top novice driver, Tony Harrison, number 431. OK, Mr. Starter. Right, the green flag goes down. 315, Eric Graveling, not surprisingly, leading them down the home straight with Leslie Davis in car number 43 in that second place. Tony Harrison getting to grips with the track and wondering what on earth will happen when the rest of the pack go charging round, and we'll see what does happen. Christine Burke in 3:02, going a little bit wide on turns 3 and 4 on the top bend there. Howard Davis in 3:27, moving up and being chased by the number 6 car of Phil Wilton. Then comes 5:01 and 22. No casualties. Oh yes, there is, because Peter McCrudden's disappeared down here in number 434. Oh, and one bouncing over there. That's the Tony Harrison car. Still Eric Graveling in 3:15, leading from Nigel Wilkinson in 4:21. Round the outside, but Elwell's come through nicely in 5:01. He in fact is up there, and it's Elwell who takes the lead in that number 5:01 car. Howard Davis in 3:27, and Dave Beresford in a bit of trouble down there, having tangled with Christine Burke in 43. John Lund goes through in number 53, so does Dan Clark. Jane Bean in 3:09. Oh, and trouble down here right in front of us, and up in the air and over the tires, and there's one right over, and the yellow's out, Mr. Starter, straight away. Ready it if you would, Mr. Starter. Ready it, Mr. Starter. There's two of them right over down here. Okay, drivers both okay, and indeed both the cars having rejoined, which certainly again emphasises just how well built these cars are. Right, take them straight round, Neville. Take them straight round, please. Right, so they're off again with 21 cars still on the grid, and Nigel Wilkinson takes over in 4:21 from Leslie Jones in car number 43 on this occasion. 21 out there. Tony Harrison struggling around in back marker position. Ooh, and Jane Bean getting stuck in there, and it looks as if she was lining up Dave Beresford in 2:60, but it didn't quite happen. But Dave Beresford, in fact, tramples all over John Lawn in 4:41, and away they go on that top turn, including Wayne Handley in car number 378. Christine Burke manages to find a gap through on the outside of that one, keeps rolling, and Phil Wilton is struggling with a back flat rear tyre. John Lawn departs as well in car number 4:41. The rest of them going, including Sabina Rode in car number 31. Mike James is there in number 4:17. John Lund beginning to roar through the pack now in car number 53, but the man he's got to catch first of all is Dave Beresford in car number 260. Nigel Wilkinson in 4:21. That's the man who's leading the pack from Chris Elwell in car number 5:01, and it's in fact Elwell who takes over now in 5:01. 260 Dave Beresford moving past Leslie Jones in car number 43. Into the home straightaway they go. Wayne Handley abandoning ship in car number 378 and 392. Peter Knight coming to a halt as well down here on the home straight. Still plenty of cars out there, and they're moving. Beresford, oh, and up and over the back end of that one car goes Nigel Wilkinson in car number 421. Bounces straight into the path of the oncoming traffic, slows Jane Bean down a little bit in car number 309, but that was quite remarkable, the fact that there was no further incident as far as that was concerned. Christine Burke is now parked up on a marker tyre over there on the far side, and she too is climbing out of her car. Elwell the leader in car number 501 from 260 in that second place. Krunder's up there too somewhere in 217. This is quite a remarkable performance from Krunder, because remember, he was the one that rolled, and he's certainly moving up there into the placings, very much so. It's 501, Chris Elwell from 260, Dave Beresford 53, John Lund 217, Ron Krunder, and 229 could well be there, Paul Higgins. And more casualties. Jane Bean has pulled off, and so has Andy Maynard, and we're at the halfway, Mr. Starter. So at the halfway stage, we've got Chris Elwell out in the lead in car number 501 from Dave Beresford in 260 at 53, John Lund, and then Ron Krunder in car number 217, moving down the home straightaway. It'll be quite interesting again as far as second and third is concerned in this one, because we're moving into the second half with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So 5 laps to go this time. Elwell still there in 5:01 from 260, Dave Beresford, 53, John Lund. Then Ron Krunder in 4th place in car number 217, and all credit to Ron, because and we've got another one right over there. Okay, we'll the waved yellows, Mr. Starter, because he's right in the middle of the racing line. She, rather. Not at the 3/4 distance, not quite. So And Sabina Rode was the young lady that rolled over there. She's out of her car, all okay. So remember, we're still in effect under the waving yellows as soon as the track is cleared. The green flag goes down, the gap there satisfied the starter and the steward between the grades, and so we've got them there with plenty of cars on track. 22 of them in fact out there, and roaring into action in this two-heat affair, of which this is the second one. Ooh, and that's Jeff Alderson in 486 climbing all over John Davis in car number 30, which means a quick abandoning ship of that car, throws the wheel out of the way because he's lost the wheel as well, lifts the wheel straight out over the top. Good thinking there by Jeff Alderson, and he's safely out of the way. Let's hope that the car doesn't receive any further damage. Car number 121, Chris Wilkinson leading at the moment, pulling off Neil Smith in 507. 397, Steve Reese settling down quite nicely, and Paul Harrison in car number 2 being chased by 422, Nigel Wharton. Then comes Peter Faulding in car number 33. A little further behind is David Dawson in car number 86, and then number 55, Bert Finnegan. The pressures are on all the way around here, and no one's giving an inch at all. All these cars motoring around there, including Bert Finnegan. We hope that the Jeff Alderson car won't receive any further punishment. It's in a bit of a dodgy position, but at least all the competitors know that it's there now, and we've got a new leader, and it's Paul Harrison in number 2 from 33, Peter Faulding. 422, Nigel Wharton in that third position. Chris Wilkinson still there in 121, but for how much longer? Because David Toulson is bearing down hard, and so is Bert Finnegan, in fact, in car number 55. That car sticking to the track very well. Number 2, Paul Harrison, 33, Peter Faulding, and 422, Nigel Wharton, first, second and third places as they come into the home straight away again. No serious problems. We've already had 3 rollovers in this meeting, and that was all in heat 1, so at least there's plenty of action about. And plenty more racing to come. Car number 86, David Toulson, could well be pressured any moment now by Bert Finnegan in car number 55, who's getting closer and closer, and we're at the halfway lawn. Super. Our starter there already pre-read that issue, and it looks as if we've got another casualty down there. 132, Peter Morton pulling off over on the far side. Shane Dorrell already off, of course, in 371, and Coast Peters struggling a little in number 73. It's number 2 and number 73 with 5 next time. 33 in that second place now. Oh, it's going to change. Somebody's going to go or give here, and it's Peter Faulding who gets through there in number 33 from Paul Harrison in number 2. Now then, will Paul be able to wind it up, put the bumper in on Peter Faulding? He certainly looks as if he might have tried there. Andy Hodgson struggling around the outside where he's been for the last couple of laps or so. But Peter Faulding moving away. Harrison again having a little try. Going to find a little bit more power if he can. Nigel Wharton is moving up as well. Pete Geiser in car number 10 is having a little crack there further down. Oh, and there's Paul Harrison going in. He's pushed Peter Faulding wide, and it's neck and neck as they go down that back straight. Just look at them there. Nobody's going to give away there by the look of it, and these two are really going, and Nigel Wharton's coming up as well. But as they swing on the outside, it's Peter Faulding who's gone through on the inside there. Nigel Wharton could well be following suit as well, as Paul Harrison is crowded out in the closing stages of this one, and it could be Wharton's turn to put Peter Faulding under pressure before this checkered flag goes down. Oh, and he's missed him, and he goes straight into the fence there, fortunately without really thumping the Jeff Alderson car. So it's going to be between 33 and number 2 now, as everyone trying to line it up there, and all sorts of things happened. But it's going to be up to Paul Harrison to try and get close enough, if indeed he can, as the last lap board goes out. This could be interesting. Peter Faulding in 33 from number 2, Paul Harrison. Now then, doesn't look as if he's going to get close enough, and certainly there's going to be very little that holds Peter Faulding back. It's checkered flag time, and Peter Faulding is the man who's going to take it. Down he goes, Faulding in car number 33. So once again, Peter Faulding having a good day. He's there with his little entourage of fans and followers. 33, Peter Faulding first across the line with 55, Bert Finnegan, number 10, Pete Kaiser, 73, Coast Peters, number 6, Phil Wilton, one more to come. First time 19 cars on the grid for the Stox Call sponsored Grand National Championship qualifying round. The last event on the programme, led at the moment by Paul McGruff in 4:34, from Will Garrow in 22 and Barry Harrison in 97. All of them moving down there pretty rapidly. 73, Rob Cowley, 33, Peter Faulding, and 55, Bert Finnegan. Dave Beresford's going to have a go at the back end of the number 2 car, which he did, and it was enough to see him through. Remember that Beresford is making a habit of scoring victories in Grand Nationals, particularly here in Northampton. So he's already in a very good position to come through and indeed take this one. The leader at the moment is 86, David Toulson. From 4:22, Nigel Wharton, and 2:60, Dave Beresford, who's just passed 1:09, Phil Smith. 97, Murray Harrison, 3 abreast down that home straight. Peter Faulding on the inside in number 33. And he is now, in fact, chasing the tail end of Jane B, number 309. 86, David Toulson leads from Nigel Wharton in 4:22 and 2:60, Dave Beresford. First, second and third. Then comes Phil Smith in 4th position in car number 109. Then Peter Faulding, who's now 5th in 33, having just taken JB, who's 6th in car number 309. Bert Finnegan in 7th place in car number 55, and Murray Harrison in 8th place in car number 97. All of them spread around this raceway and moving rapidly, with David Toulson setting the pace, and it's certainly a fast one in car number 86. Nigel Wharton now drawing closer each time round in car number 4:22. Remember, that's one of the cars that's rolled over this afternoon, and certainly hasn't done the aerofoil much good, but the rest of it's looking in pretty pristine condition, and obviously going as well. So is Dave Beresford in number 260. Paul Harrison in car number 2. He's in the frame as well. They're now beginning to chop and carve their way past the back markers and the slower cars at the back of the pack. And that's the halfway, Mr. Starter. So car number 86, remember, that's the lead car. Number 86 from 4:22 and 2:60. Down that far side they go. Whoa, and Will Garrow in 22. He gets caught up there and loses the power at the same time. He's looking for an opportunity to pull up or pull off. But it's a flat tyre by the look of it that's happened. Murray Harrison has come to grief as well in number 97. Down here, Darren Clark is locked in battle with Ian Higgins, Paul Higgins in 2:29. And it's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. And just look what's happening here, because David Toulson has just been nudged out of the way, gets pulled by a back marker. Nigel Wharton has taken over. Dave Beresford, though, trying very hard to come through on the inside in 2:60. David Toulson's gone in car number 86. He's been nudged out of the way by both Peter Faulding in number 33 and number 2, Paul Harrison. And they really are going. Beresford doing his best to keep Wharton in his sights as they go down that back straight. Still Nigel Wharton in car number 4:22 from 2:60. Dave Beresford. They come round turns 3 and 4 with Bessie on the inside. But Wharton doing his best to shut the door on him. He's not succeeding so far, and they're still close. And whilst those two are locked in battle, Peter Faulding has come right into the frame in car number 33. Still Wharton on the outside from Beresford in car number 2:60. Which of those 3 cars are going to use the bumper in the closing stages of this event? They go down the home straight away again. It's still Beresford now, who's gone through in car number 2:60 from Peter Faulding in 33. And Nigel Wharton in car number 4:22. Then comes Paul Harrison in number 2 at 86, David Toulson. But anything can happen, and they might well get close enough with just 2 laps to go for Beresford to get a little bit of the bumper treatment from Peter Faulding. 2:60 and 33, then 4:22 at number 2. That's how they are in 1, 2, 3, 4th places as they chase each other like a train all the way around here. Peter Faulding winding it up. Will he get close enough to Beresford to use the bumper? He tries on that turn in 2:60. The last lap board's going out, and it could be on this one where it all happens. 2:60, Dave Beresford in the lead, and he must know, must Bessie, that he might well get a cloud in the rear end from 33, Peter Faulding. Oh, and he's easing off there a little bit. Oops, and somebody's going to get it as they go around the outside. The bumpers are going in. It's Nigel Wharton who's going to come through as they all try and sort themselves out. Tackle all over the place. Bits and pieces of metal flying everywhere. And whilst all that went on, it was 4:22. Nigel Wharton who came through. Peter Faulding and Beresford in cars 33 and 260 coming to grief there, and sudden changes with David Tulst crossing the line in a great cloud of rubber smoke and bits of rubber floating all over the place. Okay, Mr. Starler, the Reds please, and right to the very end, incident all the way. So there we go, on the back of the pace car. Okay, it was an exciting finish. 4:22, Nigel Wharton, ladies and gentlemen. 4:22.
Probably not racing today, out through or sideline.
Old age.
Well, old age, but
poverty.
an operation. Wilf Warren, good afternoon, Wilf.
Afternoon.
It cost you the semi-final, you had a hernia operation, it cost you the semi-final place.
Well, I wouldn't have been winning anyway, would
No.
I, on time like you know. End of the day, like it'd only been a snail crawling around among others. So I didn't really lose out.
What do you think of the two semis though? I think you were out about.
I think sort of Skeggy were a lot better to look at than what Crew were. It was sort of, after the first few laps, Crew were all over, weren't it?
Basically. What's your plans for the future? I believe, you know, you're back out next year.
Long levity, that's my plans.
But see you back next year?
Beginning of the season, we might be scratching about a bit, you know. We might even tighten the car up. Might even get a few brakes on bus.
You were going over to Holland for the Dutch Open.
Yeah.
And I think start money or travel money and everything had been agreed, and then you got a rather late phone call to say that they didn't want any lower graders, only red tops.
Yeah, about 5 days before.
So what happened with your ferry booking? Lost or?
Lost it. Had to cancel it, so we lost the deposit on it, like. But we'll just see what happens. We went over there twice last year, like, and we got on pretty well with them. We didn't query about the money or nothing. They didn't give us the full start money, so we didn't say nothing. And we were expecting after the start money what he was given before, and he just rung up and said he don't want no lower graders. But he could have told us a little bit earlier, but we'll just see what happens.
So what about Dutch racing future for you? Out Barlow maybe, if you got the chance?
Maybe, but if we get a blue roof next year, we're going to Lelystad just to have the promoter back.
Yeah.
He's got a nice posh car there, and we'll just see what it's like when it's bent.
Another one of the band of growing lady Brisca drivers, Chrissy
That's
Burke.
right.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello there.
You've had a bit of a hair-raising experience the last couple of weeks.
Yes, I have a bit,
You
yes.
seem to have a knack of getting into trouble, Chrissy.
I do, I'm always in the way.
But I think the Skegness one was
Yeah, I'm suffering a bit still, I think.
I think Paul Tully, one of the photographers, got a 12-frame shot of it. And
yeah, that's right, with the zoom yet. I haven't seen them.
It was quite horrific to...
Yeah, it felt it.
But luckily, what was it, just a couple of bruises, I
I
believe?
just bruised my elbow and that, but I feel alright. I'm just suffering a little bit today because of the heat and that.
You share the car with
Tim Warwick, yeah. He
seems to be you seem to do the tarmac and Tim does the shale, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. But I'm hoping to do the shale when I've got used to the tarmac. Yeah. That makes any sense.
Have you enjoyed it so far?
No.
But you're still doing it?
I'm cracking away. I'm trying to just get out there.
You're not going to give in. You're not going to give in. You're going to
Well,
succeed.
a few times I thought, oh, I've had enough, but I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to give up. I want to get the knack of it. It might take me 5 years to do it, but I'm going to keep chipping away there, they say.
Defending world champion Bert Finnegan, good afternoon, Bert.
Hi, Martin.
And still in with over the bloody good chance, yes?
Yes. You never know, the old dark horse.
I think I spoke to you on the centre green at Skeg, and you said you were hoping for a place on the first three placing, but you didn't really expect to win it.
Definitely not, no. Well, that's racing at the end of the day, isn't it?
Well, I believe you went to Hensford on yesterday.
Yeah.
And reports have come back that you were quite rapid round there.
Yeah, quite pleased with it, let's say that.
But you lost the toss last night.
Yes, but I wasn't bothered.
You're not bothered?
No, outside I was going to choose, so I'm not bothered.
And you're confident at Hensford now?
Yeah.
You must be absolutely delighted with the second place on the grid in the World Final race.
Well, I'm delighted and very, very lucky as well. There were a pile-up going into one at Ben's, and I went for my brakes, and I had no brakes. So I had no brakes for about 3/4 of the way through semi. Yeah. And then when it dried out, I kept putting my foot down and my clutch was slipping, so I got a clutch slip and no brakes, so I just carry on going.
So everything this season, I know we spoke earlier this year, you must have achieved, well, it must be far above what you could have ever hoped for this year, really.
What I hoped for when I first came out was just go to Red and stop at Red. Yeah. I had no intentions of going into a World Final or doing this, that and t'other, but it's all coming right for me.
But, you know, I think it bodes well for the future, doesn't it? And now, but you've got a bit of competition here now, young Stevie, your brother out.
Well, I think this one's a better tarmac car than what mine is.
Because he's picked a few points up, he's there behind you pulling faces. But he's picked a few points up, he's made a good start, hasn't he?
He's doing all right, especially from Blue. I mean, Blue's one at West grades to go from anyway, so he's just got a lot to learn. It's a bit different from hot stocks, but he's got a lot to learn, right?
You've learned quite quickly this year, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got to learn quickly. If you don't learn, you don't get nowhere.
Just remind you that the licence bars are open and will remain so throughout the afternoon beneath race control and over there on the paddock banking. You can also get yourselves hot and cold snacks from the refreshment points behind race control and again on the paddock banking. Ice cream's available, and if you happen to try one of those super freshly baked pizzas, well, you should remedy that situation immediately. Okay, so wait for it. Keep your eye on that green flag. Remember, 15 laps it will be, and it isn't coming up just yet. They're going to go around again and get a little bit of speed as they go through. It's going to be a fast rolling start. Into single file. And that worked rather well. Coming round now, ready for the off. It's still a little bit... Keep them going again in single file. Yep, well, it got us confused as well. And this time it's a fast one. And the green goes down. The Hoosier 1500 is underway. Oh, and that's goodbye to Howard Davis in 327 and Rob Cowley in 73. Both of them went. Murray Harrison's gone through in car number 97. Remember, there's a lot of extra money involved in this one. Bumpers going in a bit further down as Dan Clark is catapulted into Jane Bean in 309, and the man who was dishing it out was number 422, Nigel Wharton. He has a little niggle at the back end of the 203 car. Jane Bean goes wide around the Harris Davis outfit, and so let's have a look up front again. Steve Hodson going reasonably well at the moment, although right behind him is David Torsten in car number 86. Oh, and Dan Clark's in trouble down here on the home straightaway in car number 213. '97, 162, 172 and 86, there they are. Wharton beginning to make up the ground. He's got past Clark now in 203. Got a change up front. It's 162, Richard Pratt, who takes over. The bumper's still going in on that turn. 162, 97, 172, number 2 and 422. Richard Pratt in 162 leading at the moment. Harrison's going to use that back end, which he does, in an effort to move Hodson wide. He's succeeded, moves up into 3rd place. He's now going to do the same to number 97, Murray Harrison, which he does. But it's Wharton coming through as well. But it's still, remember, Richard Pratt in 162, and there's still ample time for changes. Whoa, and Wharton uses his bumper now. So he's going to herring after Richard Pratt in 162. Oh, he's not, because Harrison is using the bumper to try and move Wharton again. A little bit further down, John Lund in that somewhat different machine of his is moving on Brazil up, and now it's Steve Hodgson's turn at the halfway to start using the bumper. Up, and Hodson goes, and now it's John Lund's turn. Oh, this could be interesting. Peter Faulding's pulled off, but whilst the battles are going on behind him, Richard Pratt is just cruising around somewhat nicely. Now then, it's 5 next to time, Mr. Starter. 5 of the 15. So 15 laps and there's 5 to go. It's all on the 5s. Now then, will there be any changes in the last 5 laps as Richard Pratt leads in car number 162? Murray Harrison's gone in 97, so has Rob Scrift. So it's 162, number 2, and John Lund in 53. And Lund has come through as well. He's challenging on the inside, and this could be interesting as well as he goes through on the inside of Harrison. Harrison trying perhaps to use the bumper on Lund if he can get close enough, but suddenly the distance has suddenly shut up. Lund has gone wide on that turn. He's forced to the outside of that circuit there. The bumpers, are they going to go in there? Oh, and have a look at this. Wharton going through on the inside in 422 as John Lund went wide in car number 53. There's still 3 laps to go, and that lead has gone through. The bumper goes through again, but is anybody going to get through? And Pratt, meanwhile, in car number 162 has not at all. But he goes in again. There's plenty of it there. He's anxious to get money on this cash, there's no doubt about it, but time is ticking away, and there has been a challenge at one stage to Richard Pratt in 162, but unless somebody's going to break away in the last couple of laps or so, it could be quite an exciting finish, because Wharton is now chasing him. The last lap board is going out. Now, is Wharton going to have a go at Richard Pratt in car number 162? Or is he just going to sail through on the inside? Oh, and Des Chandler's gone in 213, and Wharton's taken the lead, in fact. Oh, wallop, it goes in. Yay, yay, yay. They've all got in a big heap down there, and the flag goes down. One or two of them coming out of there. First, second and third. Nigel Wharton. First across the line in 422. Chris Elwell in 501. And third, 172, Steve Hodson.
I thought it'd been an easier race than that, but it was quite hard at the end of the day.
It looked at one stage, there was you, John and Paul Harrison battling away for second, as if Richard Pratt was just going to tootle away and pick it up with you, with the three of you holding each other up.
Yeah, just like I've been going fairly well, and I've had some easy wins, and I thought today I've got a quick car, I'll be away. But we're all that evenly matched now, the first 3, because I was really having to struggle and think about my moves rather than just making a run for it. So I feel it was a good stock car race. There was plenty of action. That's what the crowd come to see.
And that last bend, which you probably missed, where I think John went in onto Richard and Paul went in.
I've seen it all in my mirror, and I just thought, oh, they ain't coming into me, I've got to go. And that was it.
Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What about the consolation semi, Nigel?
A lot of people have asked me. A lot of people have come up and asked me whether I want to borrow cars because I haven't got a shell car. So, yeah, at the end of the day, we'll probably be somewhere there.
Third place, Stevie Hodson. In many ways a bit lucky, but you were always there or thereabouts, weren't you?
Sold me wrong tyre.
It was what, sorry?
Sold me wrong tyre.
But good race.
Yeah, enjoyed it. just a bit shoving on in places and that, and back outside had gone off, and we were just trying a new tyre on it, and it didn't go right well.
What's this about? Is it third, fourth meeting?
Third.
Let's be fair, you're out with the best in Brisca, and you wasn't a million miles away,
I went out in time trials, and they just sent me straight out. A car was set up wrong and everything.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's good. I get some sweat on, like.
Anyway, congratulations.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, well, you know, I knew it was going to be a last lap job, and I could see young Garrison getting lined up there, and I thought, well, I'll just get in the right place here and collect a good place. And
Pinched it on the last bend, yeah?
Well, you know, you got to be there on the line, and I was, so there you are.
And what about the consolation semi? Are we in it or out of it? Or?
Oh, I'm not going to bother.
You're not bother? Because you were a bit unlucky at Skeg, really, weren't you?
Well, some were so unlucky. I mean, that's stock car racing, and
I think Bobby Burns said afterwards he thought you were the quickest man on the track.
Well, when I set off in anger afterwards, I'd probably have to agree with him, though. I say it myself. Yeah, it was going well.
I think you were about fifth when you went out, which is not a lot of consolation now, though, is it? But
no, I wish you hadn't told me that now.
But it suited you, Henswood, wouldn't it, the World Final this year?
Well, yes, but no point crying over spilt milk. We're not in. That's the end of it. So there you go.
You've got Barry Pajorski staying with you, haven't you?
That's right. Yes, it's his first meeting here today. Gary Maynard's loaned him a car.
Yeah.
And we'll see how he goes. I hope he does well.
Anyway, sponsor the Who's Your 1500 race, Mick Wright.
Yeah.
I think you'd be pleased with that.
Yeah, I think it was a splendid race. The lads drove hard. They had to drive hard. I think the single file start, well, it should maybe make a few people think about looking at that in the future. Obviously, the intention was that maybe on a straight line start, all single file, there'll be a mass pile up at the end of the first straight, but there wasn't. And there was good fights all the way through the race. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased.
And a good finish.
Yeah, very good.
And the 3 or 4 lap rolling start.
Yeah, well, yes, I think so. Yeah, I think that's something that's got to be looked at for the future. Yeah. It's certainly safer. Stops the cars gassing up and all being in the wrong gear, and people having to lean down and change gear before they start the race. But yeah, I'm very pleased.
24 cars on the grid, and away they go. Ooh, and there's not a lot of room on that turn there. Not a lot of room at all, but most of them are getting round there, and they're setting a blistering pace as they come through here. It's Roger Green in 4:45, leading the pack. There's trouble down there. Looks like Eric Graveling in 3:15, who went hammering into the wires, and Steve Hodgson went with him in number 172. Rob Cowley in 73, having a go at the back end. And yellows, Mr. Starter, please. Wave yellows. OK, ready, Lawn, and get them lined up quickly as you can, please, as quickly as you can. Right, we'll try again. Now underway, somewhat depleted field, but Roger Green in 4:45 leads them down there. Remember that in USA 1, it's Christian Barone from the United States. Number 66 at the moment in third place, Chris Hocking. They go around that turn, throw it in there nicely. Starmen belting down that far side, and Steve Hodgson in 172 gets himself caught up there, but ooh, and he goes sliding onto the rough down here in the front of the home straight, but fortunately doesn't hit anything. And 1, 2, 3 of them going through there. And Nigel Wharton on that occasion, round turns 3 and 4, went wide in 4:22, but he's now herring after Bert Finnegan in car number 55, and it looks as if the number USA 1 was leading for a little while, and Murray Harrison went through on the inside in 97, and now it's his turn to take over. So it's Harrison in car number 97 from Christian Barone in number 1, with Roger Green in that third place in 4:45. Then comes John Davis in number 30, who's helped around turns 3 and 4 by the number 22 outfit of Will Yarrow. The man flying down the inside indeed is Paul Harrison in number 2, but he has drifted out too wide on that turn, and that has enabled Bert Finnegan, the man with the gold top, to go through. They're all coming back again, and Wharton are coming in hard, using the front end, having a go at, in fact, the number 2 car of Paul Harrison in an effort, I think, on that occasion to try and catapult him into the number 55 car of Bert Finnegan, but Finnegan's got away. It's 97, and Bert Finnegan moving up into that second place at number 55 down that back straight and getting closer all the while to the lead car. Murray Harrison in number 97, 55, Bert Finnegan in first and second places from number 2. And number 4, 22, those two side by side down there. Not a lot of room, as there was a little bit of crowding out going on down there. And again, it'll be Paul Harrison's chance, maybe in a moment or two, to return the compliment as far as young Mr. Wharton was concerned, but eventually it looks as if he's powered his way through. Finnegan charging down the back straight in an effort to move up and eventually overtake Murray Harrison, the current leader, at number 97 at the halfway, Mr. Starter. So at that halfway stage, number 97 and 55 it is, but it's Finnegan who's going to put it all together. In fact, not too many weeks ago, Bert Finnegan was down here on the tyre testing session. Throughout the car set up certainly extremely well, which might have made a welcome contribution to what happened just a few days later at Skegness, and certainly he's flying around here in fine style at the moment. So it's Finnegan, the world champion in car number 55, with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, Finnegan leads in 55 from Wharton in 4:22, Harrison in 97 and Harrison in number 2. And Harrison have just changed position, so it's Harrison now in 3rd place and Harrison 4th, whereas of course just a moment ago it was Harrison 3rd and Harrison 4th. Still Finnegan in number 55, putting a couple of the back markers now behind him just a little bit. Now then, a whole clutch of those back markers, which Mr. Finnegan decides he's not going to have any truck with whatsoever, and goes through them just rapidly indeed. But look at this, and Nigel Wharton is coming into contention there, right in indeed, and this could well be a bumper job before the checkered goes down. He's not going to try it on that occasion, not quite on that occasion, but they're still close into the home straight away as the boards go away. There's one bouncing right high there, but keep your eyes on both Finnegan and Wharton, because it could be quite interesting indeed. There's still another lap and a half to go as they move down that back straight. It's Finnegan in car number 55 from 4:22. Nigel Wharton in first and second places. Paul Harrison third in car number 2. Murray Harrison could well be in the places as well in car number 97, but is it going to happen on the last lap as Finnegan goes a little bit wide there? He crowds out the number 4:22 car, goes down the back straight, and Wharton's going to wind it up to have a crack at him there. Oh, and they both go in there. Which one's going to come through as the bumpers go in? It's neck and neck as they come into the home straight away, and it looks like Wharton who's got it in car number 4:22 from Finnegan in car number 55. Well, it was quite entertaining, particularly in the second half of that one between those two drivers. The 12 places, of course, all the way through, because that's the way the points are going to be sorted out. Green flag goes down, mini Stox again. And the green lights are now safely on, and away we go. Car number 30, Terry Clark there, just a bit of bother at the home straight as across the line. Car number 1, John Finley, was the other one involved over there on the far side. Now the rest of the mini Stox coming through quickly down the home straight, winding it up pretty well. Carl Freeman in car number 126, he's gone through. 318, putting it together on this occasion, Billy Tom O'Connor. A mixed order leads in number 150. Stoddard, in fact, going very wide on that occasion and almost... Oh, in fact, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Right in the middle of that turn. In fact, he's not the only one because there's cars bouncing all over the place down there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Just watching that, sort of looking for an opportunity. And there's another one gone. So, sliding around on that turn. OK, so a little extra money on this from supporters of the St John. Notice we say supporters because they're the members themselves who are supporting this race, putting a little bit of extra cash on it. They've had a good collection, so I'm told, with the raffle. More about that in a moment or two. And they go first time. 22 cars on the grid. And there's trouble over there. Leslie Jones in car number 43 being clambered all over by Murray Harrison in car number 97. They're certainly rattling the way down that back straight. Christian Barone in USA 1 there, and a lot of other folks all anxious to get it together as they wind it up down that back straight. Peter 93.92 is going to have a go at the back end of Dan Clark's 203 car, which he does. Now they're beginning to get sorted. Number 342, he's come to grief down here on the home straightaway, but finds the power and rejoins on turns 1 and 2. David Cottrell in number 75, our newcomer, settling in towards the back of the pack there. In fact, right at the back of the pack, but nevertheless, it's all experience. That, in the initial stages, is what it's all about. So, USA 1. Drifting out wide there, but indeed leading at the moment. Still a long way to go. Murray Harrison. Oh, and round goes 75, David Cottrell. Chris Elwell blasts his way down the back straight, number 501, and they're all getting in a big heap there, but just look at this. With 172, Steve Hodgson rattling his way around here extremely quickly, and indeed up there in that second place. John Lund now third in number 53, which could be interesting because we've still got a long way to go. And the first 3 cars are certainly moving around here at a fair old lick. Richard Pratt has retired over there on the back straight in 162. Likewise, David Cottrell in 75, already mentioned. And the first 3 cars are certainly moving rapidly. Oh! That was 342 that's got in there very, very hard indeed. Phil Bicknell. And... the 342 is checking the drivers, they're all okay. Well, it certainly went in hard there. We heard that clout. And indeed, right on a fence post, climbed the Armco. So, that's the halfway, Mr. Starter. There's Alistair Newsom, I think, in 342, who went in there very hard. Meanwhile, the rest of the racing continues. Elwell in 501, 53, and we've now got the waved yellows, Mr. Starter. .501 the leader. Rogers in 116, Murray Harrison in 97, and Neil Smith in 507. Moving down to the back, Dan Clark in 203, Nigel Wharton in 422, Jane Bean in 309, and Rob Cowley in 73. The green flag goes down and the finals underway. We're racing over 20 laps, and it's Leslie Jones who leads them down to turns 1 and 2 in number 43 from 496. And of course the number 1. So into the home straight, and it is still USA 1, Christian Barone. Down there with Roger Green in 445, 97, Murray Harrison, and Harrison's meant to try and move on the inside of green to take that second place. Already flying down the back straight, a whole clutch of star men, including Paul Harrison in number 2, Nigel Wharton in 4:22, John Lund in 53, and in 2:03 Dan Clark, then 3:09 Jane Bean. Harrison takes over, Murray in 97 down the far side. A little bit of late braking there by Roger Green in 4:45, but he got away with it. Richard Pratt slides through on the inside in 1:62. Paul Harrison is following the same line in number 2, so is Nigel Wharton in 4:22. As they go down that far side again. It's 97.501. And indeed, it's now Elwell who takes over in 5:01, having just shot past Murray Harrison on the back straight in 97. So Elwell leads in 5:01. From number 2, Paul Harrison at 4:22. Then 97, Murray Harrison, 53, John Lund, 86, David Torsten, 3:09, Jane Beam. Elwell setting the pace down the back straightaway into 3 and 4, and then past the start-finish line on the home straight, really piling it on. Wharton doing likewise in 4:22. The bumpers going in hard on turn 1 there by Nigel Wharton in 4:22, and it looks as if Paul Harrison is attempting to return the compliment down here. He doesn't quite do it on that occasion, but there's an opportunity. John Lund moving through nicely, number 53. So it's 5:01, 4:22, 53, and number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leslie Jones in 43 has slid out on 3 and 4 on that bottom bend, and now it's getting a little bit close up front with 5:01 and 4:22, and John Lund in 53, all moving up rapidly, and in fact pulling away from the rest of the pack. Still quite a few runners out there, but it's Elwell in 5:01 who's still setting the pace, and it's a fast one as Nigel Wharton blasts his way down the home straight at the halfway, Mr. Starter. And so, as we move into that second half, Elwell leads in 5:01. Second, 4:22, Nigel Wharton. Third, 53, John Lund. Fourth, number 2, Paul Harrison. Fifth, 3:09, Jane Bean. At 6, 55, Bert Finnegan. Seventh, 2:03, Dan Clark. And in 8th place, 86, David Toulson. Now the 3 up front are getting close. Remember, we're into the second half of this one, a 20-lapper. Away goes Barry Pajuski in number 69. Stu Silman was the other one involved in 4:96. But it's now beginning to develop up front with Elwell in the lead in 5:01 from Wharton in 4:22 and Lund in 53. And those 3 broken away from the 4th placeman, which is number 2. Oh, and there it goes. And that was John Lund. Straight in, timed it right, and away they went. And it's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So John Lund goes through in number 53. And Elwell, I think, has got a tyre because we saw bits and pieces of rubber floating all over the place. So it's John Lund in number 53. Popped him away, and we've got waved yellows, Mr. Starter. We've got waved yellows. We're past 3/4 distance, Mr. Starter, so it's red flags, and the result will stand as it was.
I didn't even see him. Not if I'd have seen him. I never even expected it. I went out on 13 apparently. It was the lap when you went over with the flat tyres.
They haven't got yellows out.
I crossed the line though, didn't I? Yeah, third. Yeah, pop with the boss. Yeah. Well done, John.
Thank you.
This time they go. 19 cars on the track. Right, so they're all the way now and beginning to find their form. Christian Bodine down there on the far side, getting a little smack from Steve Hodgson in 172. Elwell coming through as well in 5:01. He's moved up into second place. Chrissy Burke's pulled off in number 3:02. It's 172. Still leading from 5:01 and in number 1. First, second and third. And then Jane Bean in 3:09 with David Torst on the outside in number 86. Paul Harrison on the inside in car number 2 from 4:22. Nigel Wharton. .55. Bert Finnegan through on the inside. And bumpers in again. Oh, yes. Wharton there in 4:22, popping Jane Bean away, who catapulted into Paul Harrison, and away they went. Now Jane's Bean turned to return the compliment, which she does rather nicely. So, let's see what's happening. We've got two distinct races going on now as Wharton has a go at Bean, sends Bean wide, comes through on the inside, Harrison likewise. They're going to wind their way up there again. Meanwhile, it's still Hodgson in car number 172, from Elwell in 5:01. Then Wharton in 4:22, Harrison in number 2 and 3:09, Jane Bean. Elwell in 5:01 on the inside, and looks as if he might well take over, which he does on that occasion. Elwell in 5:01 from Hodgson in 172. First and second places from Nigel Wharton in 4:22. Paul Harrison in number 2 and Jane Bean in 3:09. Then comes Bert Finnegan in car number 55. And Hodgson having a go at Elwell and slides along down and enables Elwell to get away, but never mind. And it's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So, with 5 laps to go, Elwell is seemingly well away. But anyone else going to get into contention before that flag goes down? Well, Wharton is trying desperately hard, first of all, to get past Hodgson in 172. Bean's coming back, and it looks as if Harrison is pulling off after that slight altercation with the flat front tyre. In fact, that's the problem there. Now this looks like an Elwell win all the way in 5:01, because Wharton's in second place in 4:22 and Jane Bean in 3:09. There's the checkered. Down he goes, number 5:01 first from Wharton in 4:22. Jane Bean in 3:09.
season been like so far for you? Bit up and down?
Lousy.
Yeah.
Nothing's gone right. Nothing's gone right. I ain't felt right myself. That's the biggest thing. I don't feel that good now myself.
You also do some hire cars as well?
Yeah. It's gone pretty well.
Yeah.
The hiring has. I mean, we got 2 more bookings for the next month. It usually comes off 2 or 3 times a month. And if it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have been racing.
So basically, if anybody wants a car,
come and give us some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it for people that want to know, Eric?
It depends on where it is, from 1.5 to 2.
Yeah.
But we supply everything: fuel, mechanics, getting it there. They get their own start money back. It includes damage as well.
Yeah, because it gives people a chance, that little bit of a chance, perhaps to see if they like it, or never got a cat in hell chance of ever going out racing, but it gives them that one chance to have a try, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's one 16-year-old lad. He's having it for the 4th time at the next Bradford. Yeah. I mean, he ain't even got a driving licence for the road, but he's enjoyed himself. He keeps coming back.
Because you only need to be 16 to race these, don't you?
Yeah.
So I think you go back a few years, Nigel Wharton, I think, won a final at Coventry before he got a driving licence.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's not that long ago, Eric.
No, well, I ain't been with these that long. Been racing 30-odd years, but...
Not with these?
Not with these.
You know, you were planning to do a long track, and you said, well, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Does that depend on today?
Yeah, it does a lot, really. If it goes well and we think it's worth going, we'll take the car. But, you know, as far as going and just going round and round in a circle in Holland, I don't...
You raced over there before?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Okay. So...
And I was 6 then, so... They were all sheds in Holland, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they're a bit quick, though, they? Especially, I think Kroonder's on pole position, and, you know, I think he'll take a bit of catching.
Well, I think it's more or less to go and take a smart car and show them that we can do it, really.
And you don't have a problem with the tyre situation? It seems to have died down, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's, I think...
No, I think the only problem we have with the tyres is knowing which one to put where.
Anyway, it's nice to see you back. Yeah. How long has it been since you raced now?
March
this year.
Yeah.
So
3 meetings.
Yeah, so it's a bit rusty.
Yeah.
Have you been out practice yet?
Yeah, I've just been out now. We're having it. She seems okay. Just a bit heavy on the back end, a bit slippy. But I think the tyre. I think we tend to overinflate our tyres, really.
It should be around about the 26, 27, 28 mark.
They've sort of gone up £5 and £6. I've only been round 3 times. Yeah. So we need a bit of advice maybe on tyres, but other than that, I think we should be all right.
The new Formula 1 World Champion, John. Look, congratulations on last Sunday, John.
Thank you very much.
A bit hectic, wasn't it? I think that last bend.
I just couldn't believe my eyes. No, I just couldn't believe it.
Well, I think, you know, people said to me, well, you know, it's a bit lucky, but you've still got to be there to pick the pieces up, haven't you, because you started a long way back.
Yeah, I suppose so. I made a fair bit of headway early on in the race, and then I wasn't really gaining much at all last half.
And you got the long track next week?
Yeah.
Fancy chance, because you are the current long track world champion.
No, I think I've had my share of luck this year. I think Lady Luck's going to look on somebody else.
But at the present moment, there's a bit of a record going on. Even if you don't win next week, but for 2 weeks, you'd have held the 3 major titles, which nobody's ever done before. I think even Smithy never managed that.
Well, it's nice to do something Smithy never did.
Yeah, it's a hell of a drag for you up here as well, isn't it? It's a good
But we, I come up on the Saturday, stop for me steak, me bottle of wine and a few lagers, so it's not too bad. I still get me Saturday night off, so I don't miss anything.
What about Skegness? How many Skegness do you do? Because he's your mate, anyway.
I love it up Skeggy. Skeggy is the place. Yeah. That's the place to be, in the bar.
Formula 2 World Final there next year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it then. Book me in. I'll be there. Or in the bar, if nowhere else.
Well, it gets a bit silly in the bar after, I think. For
gets absolutely stupid, and that's the best place to be.
I think, you know, it's the 6 o'clock in the morning, and
well, that's right.
Well, we'd better go home.
Yeah, I think the last time I left it was 1:30 in the morning. The last round cost me 28 quid, and I had 6 hours to drive.
Any predictions next week?
We'll probably have a steak on the Saturday night. Is that the predictions you was after?
Yeah, something like that, Ian.
Well, we might have a pint as well, like, but otherwise I don't know.
So how long have you been driving now? How long have you been racing Formula 2s now?
18 years.
So it'd be nice if you could pick it up,
Oh, it'd be nice if we could win it.
But, you know, I think people got to...
If I don't win it, I should only cry, so there isn't much really to it. So.
I think everybody's got to fancy Speaky a little bit, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got to be a little bit favoured, hasn't he? But a lot can happen, can't it? Think
oh, yeah, but if things go to plan and Bryn Thomas piles him up and I'll just have a nice easy race. Like, but things don't always go to plan, do they?
No.
And that's a super new outfit of Graham France in car number 216. Delighted to see Graham. He was another late entry. Gave us a ring, I think it was on Friday, and said, well, the new car's ready. We'd like to come down and give it a shot. And it's got to be, what, a couple of years, we reckon, since we saw Graham down here in that number 216 car. OK, they go this time again with 21 cars on the grid, and away they go with Peter McCartney in 434 leading them away, and Graham France rejoins after thinking that he wasn't going to in car number 216. Of course, that's a new car. Oh, Brown goes 445, no help from anybody. Roger Green there, so McCartney coming through in 434, Neil Long in 79. Hey, uppy, and into the fence they go there. That was an up and over one there, looked a little bit dodgy for a moment or two. Car number 360 was the man involved there, Paul Frost. We get an indication that drivers are all okay, but that's a bit of a dodgy position to be in. Look at him go down that back straight. Dan Clark in 203. Oh, and Andy Hodgson in 272, tangling there and bouncing high as they come around that corner. There's not a lot of room there with those cars parked around there, and those two certainly found that out to their advantage or otherwise. Will Yarrow moving nicely in car number 22, as is Paul Harrison in car number 2. Both the drivers safely out there on turns 3 and 4, so at least from that point of view, the steward of the meeting suddenly finds that he has less to worry about. Car number 257, the driver climbing out down here on the home straightaway. Howard Davis struggling on the back straight. And that's Peter Knight in 392, who goes out on the far side. So already we've got several casualties, with Eric Grayling still motoring in 315 and having a little go at the back end there. And a little bit further up we've got Hodgson in 272 and Dan Clark in 203, and now Rob Cowley in 73. Boy, and they're all going in down on that bottom turn. Will Yarrow's gone in number 22, so is Phil Rogers in 116. Bonnet comes flying up on the 22 car, and at least both of those are still mobile by the look of it, so no serious problems there. Neil Smith has pulled off in 507, so the field getting somewhat depleted at this stage. Number 2, the lead car then from 203, Dan Clark in second place. Rob Cowley moved up into third position in car number 73. Howard Davis has gone in 327. So it's Dan Clark in 203 coming into the home straight away now in the lead in this second event for the Formula 2 stock cars from 73. Rob Cowley in 272, Andy Hodgson. And then, would I be right in thinking that 391 is in that fourth place in the Peter Foulding car, of course. That's the halfway, Mr. Starter. So Andy Smith in 391, thumping round here very quickly indeed. Moving up on Hodgson in 272, in fact. But the leader is Dan Clark in 203. From 73, Rob Cowley in that second place. Then Andy Hodgson in 272 from 391, Andy Smith. And how long is it before somebody says Stuart Smith? Probably not too long at all. 391, Andy Smith in that number as they move rapidly around the oval. Number 2 and 203 with 5 next time. 2 and a 203, 5 next time.